welcome to my channel. I'm Arisha, and today in this video I'm going to give some gyan on what's happening in an economy in terms of some economic indicators and what is the kind of expectations we are going to have for the next few years, maybe 10 years down the line, and what are the few hindrances which can impact our economy going taking into account what's happening right now. So the past financial crisis which we had in 2008 were kind of had permanent left a kind of a permanent scar across the world on all developing economies as well as underdeveloped, and this time in all likelihood is going to be the same. And if we talk about the Indian economy as a whole, it has been said by a lot of research organizations that the GDP growth rate will be kind of having a drastic fall of 5 to 10% in this year, which is not something to be surprised of, because what's happening, because during the past few months our industrial production actually was impacted badly. All kind of economic activity was kind of affected, so this is not a kind of a surprise or a shock for all of us. We have been expecting that, because as per our honorable prime minister, jaan hai to jahan hai, but later down which converted to jaan bhi hai to jahan bhi hai. So that is a kind of another scenario which we have. But down the years, if we are going to expect like we are going to be a multi-billion economy over the next 5 years, which was the debate before COVID impact epidemic actually happened, and we were kind of all doomed. So if our economy is going to grow like around 7% between 2022 to 2024, it was going to have a loss of 10%. And if we want to kind of leapfrog this, if we have to cover up this, we have to grow around 11% as an average GDP growth rate, which is a very big number. Think about few economic indicators. IIP, which is the Index of Industrial Production. So government hasn't released the IIP growth rate for the month of May and April, and they have just released a few index for that, which was kind of increased from, I make notes for you all guys, and in that I kind of wrote that it increased from around 53.6 to 88.4 in May, and similarly goes for your CPI rate as well. They haven't released the CPI rate, but they have released the index, which is around 6109 for the month of your June. And similarly, if we talk about the debt to GDP ratio, so I was reading one of the estimates by SBI. So it is said that debt to GDP ratio is going to be around 87.4, which is kind much more than a previous year number, and definitely it could be because of the COVID stimulus package which was being announced, but somehow I feel that has been ineffective on the ground of creating equality in getting a credit as a whole to the MSMEs or the small businesses. Rather, it has been given in all the surveys and as per the research that small businesses haven't been able to benefit those stimulus package which was being announced. So if we talk about the impact which is going to be having, definitely the discretionary and the non-discretionary demand is actually going to the pent up our growth rate over the years. Discretionary, if we talk about, is going to be all our kind of essential goods, non-essential goods such as your automobiles or your purchase of various electronic goods, which will be kind of taking a growth in the month of October, November, December. And if we talk about the non-discretionary, which are essential items, is already been picking. So this is going to be very much important to actually leapfrog our growth if we see as a whole. So if we want to see what is going to happen, everything is unpredictable at the moment, but the demand has to be generated as a whole, so that we don't create any hole in economy as a whole. So that's it in this video. Let's do economics. Let's talk about what's happening around us.